Cause I really need somebody. Tell me you're that somebody. If I let this go, you can't tell nobody. I'm talking about no.
Hello everyone, welcome to Queen Pebbles channel. This is the Pebbles Gang family crushing every battle. Welcome back to another Teenage Runaway Challenge. This will be season 2 of episode 1. As you can see, we are at the military base. You can see all the non-commissioned officers, ranks that's higher than others that's there. Everyone is constantly right now saying their goodbyes for 2 days because it is Thanksgiving tomorrow, and they're able to spend family time with them. Today is actually military leave day because we're going to spend time with our family for only 2 days before we have to go back to the military base and then spend another few months there before we actually finally graduate. So yeah, I hope that you guys enjoy this episode. Make sure that you get comfortable while you watch me play, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. And let's get into this gameplay, you guys. I can't wait for you to see everything that happens in the episode. But now, Trayvon is ranked up to a guard night shift, which I'm happy about because that means we don't have to do anything in this episode for him. This will be basically just him spending time with his family for the 2 days for Thanksgiving tomorrow. So everyone is pretty much currently saying their goodbyes to each other, to all the other ranking officers, the beginners and all of that. So we're going to have him basically talk to the non-commissioner officer, and, just be appreciative of being in the military. It really changed him as a person, as a man, especially because he realized of everything that he put his girl through. So, he's saluting his officer right now, letting him know how much he appreciates being in the military, how it has reshaped him as a new man, and that he can't wait to go on to his future and just basically, apply it to whatever education he's going to do. Cause he's still going to be, doing military work every now and then, but we just won't be going with him to the service. So I think that's perfect. Like, he'll be able to be stationed where they are at, but that's not going to be until after he graduates from the military in a few months. So I think that's perfect. He gets the opportunity to basically go with his family tomorrow for Thanksgiving. So that's pretty much what we're on. So he's just saying his goodbyes, giving his gratitude, his thankfulness to the officer, and the officer's just letting him know how much he appreciates helping him, and mentoring him the whole time that he's been in the service. So that's pretty much what they're doing. And then we're going to go ahead and have him, get on the plane.
Out on the battlefield, covered in blood. Out on the battlefield, covered in blood. As an airborne sapper dying in the mud. As an airborne sapper dying in the mud. The enemy came closing in until the soldier fell. The enemy came closing in until the soldier fell. So with one final magazine, he sent them all to hell. So with one final magazine, he sent them all to hell. Fallen soldier, we send on your shoulders, send on your shoulders. We carry your legacy, carry your legacy. No one said that freedom's free, no one said that freedom's free. Fallen soldier.
After just getting off his flight, Trayvon is definitely excited about walking inside and seeing his son and his baby mama, who are absolutely thrilled because they haven't seen him in 6 months. Look at the smile that she has upon her face. Like, she's definitely excited to see Trayvon. And I'm excited for her because, 6 months is a long time. And some people might not feel like that is, but it's a long time since he hasn't seen his son. So she's going to hand him over, and he's like so happy to see his son. Look how precious. His son is happy to see his dad as well. And he's just excited to see his baby mama because, they haven't had no intimacy, haven't got to have no conversation in 6 months. So imagine how, they're both feeling right now. They're both vulnerable, and they both miss each other so much. So he's excited for new things, and she can tell like he's a different person from when he left the first time.
Hey baby, I am so happy to see you. Like, you don't know how much I missed you. I couldn't stop thinking about you while I was on base.
Oh, I missed you too. I missed this embrace so much. I really needed that hug, babe.
Trayvon and Bree are about to go ahead and cook together to spend some time, quality time together for Thanksgiving. So they're going to go ahead and prep up the food for tomorrow. So I'm going to go ahead and play some music and let them have their little bonding time, you guys. Before we actually play some music, you guys, I just wanted to let you know that we are definitely not going to make some regular Thanksgiving dinner like your average turkey, ham, and all that stuff because we wanted to switch it up for them. We do that every year, so I felt like why not be different this year and cook something different. So they decided that the first dish that they're going to make is beef Wellington, which I am excited about because that sounds a lot better than fixing the same thing over and over again. And plus, you know, Sims game don't really have a lot of good, Thanksgiving feasts. They don't have collard greens or none of that stuff. So that is the reason why we were trying to find the best solution of what we can cook, because who wants to cook turkey and all that stuff all the time? Most of the time turkey's dry. So it's like, you know, not really a fan of turkey like that anyway, but, right now, we're just going to have Nana. I'm going to just say that's his word for her is Nana. We're going to have his grandma, Nana, basically, you know, take care of him, cater him and stuff while she's in her little uniform. She's like giving him a little pep talk to my, who's my grandbaby. Yes, you are. But we are definitely going to change her profession. I don't know exactly what I want her to do, but now that they're all staying in one roof together, I feel like we could definitely change her from working at a fast food establishment, because we're not doing that. But we're about to put him down, and I'm going to go ahead and let them cook and play some music, you guys. I'll see y'all as we are cooking.
Fly low, go big, ayy. We spin fast, night parade. Basement dream, I zone my blade. Sky turn black, but I can make it blaze. Fly low, Joe big, ayy. We spin fast, night parade. Basement dream, I zone my blade. Sky turn black, but I can make it blaze. Young bloods flex with death, drifting autopilot. Wait, overdose in siren cities, violence.
Alright, so now that we just finished making the beef Wellington, that looks actually delicious. We're going to go ahead and put that in the refrigerator. And the next dish that I want Trayvon and Bree to make is some good old-fashioned mac and cheese, which sound really good for our next dish. And then I'll be back with you guys as soon as they finish cooking. Unfortunately, we couldn't have them cook together, so Bree is going to do the mac and cheese. And I'm going to have Trayvon basically cook the blueberry pie. So yeah, Sims just have to be so extra, you guys. But I'm going to go ahead and play some music.
Be still. You don't have to move right now. The world can wait. Nothing is falling down. Let the noise pass. Let the thoughts come, let them leave. Be still. Just breathe. Stay right here. Be still.
So Nana is basically about to feed Isaiah because of the fact that it is late and everybody is getting a little bit tired from a long day. Isaiah is definitely extremely tired, so his grandma is basically helping him while she takes him upstairs. I'm gonna go ahead and have them fix the Frogger stew, just because that will be the last dish, and then they can come downstairs and basically get some leftovers that we had in the refrigerator so we don't have to worry about cooking. And there's grandma. She's basically putting him in his crib and telling him a bedtime story that we want her to do because it will help him go back to sleep a little faster, because he was taking a nap earlier. But he should fall asleep with her basically giving him a little story, which is so cute. Bree just grabbed her a plate while everyone is in the living room getting ready to set up for a movie night. They're going to watch a scary movie called The Moonlight Massacre. I think this is going to be fun. as you can see, Trayvon looks like he's thinking about engagement because he got a little rain cloud right there. After watching a movie, I think he's still catching feelings and thinking about, the last proposal that he did ask, she did deny it because she felt like they wasn't ready for it and that he was too immature for marriage. But he is in the military and he's became a different person and she's feeling more safely with him. As you can tell, they're over there having a good time, playing with each other, enjoying each other's company, and watching a movie. So I just feel like that's perfect. So I'm gonna let them have their little alone time.
We talking little pictures, hearts and smiles on a screen, but I miss a real sentence. Tell me what you mean. I see you typing, stopping, I feel it in the part. So I read between the silence, like it's written in the floor. If you feel it, say it, don't shrink it down to a sign. I'm right here steady, give me a mind. Emoji love, it's never enough. I don't want a reaction, I want the real stuff. Emoji love feels like then it's gone.
Okay, so after that little love scene that you guys seen, we are going to go ahead and have them go to sleep for the night, and I will see you guys when they wake up in the morning. It is now the next morning where Trayvon's going to fix a big breakfast for the family while everyone else gets ready. We'll go ahead and let them do that. As you can see, she's not feeling good. Bree looks like she's going to be sick, and I understand. As you can see, she's throwing up because she hasn't been feeling good, and that's because her and Trayvon had a love session. So it's possible that she could be pregnant, you guys. So we having her mop up her mess, and we're just going to clean the toilet for her so she don't have to worry about doing that. And then I'm going to have her take like an angry poop to kind of help her a little bit so we won't have to worry about her being angry all day, because it's Thanksgiving. Like, we're supposed to be happy. We're supposed to be going to eat breakfast and enjoying each other's time, So we're having Trayvon call everyone to the grand meal so we can have our breakfast together. And then afterwards, I'm going to have her put the baby down. After finishing their breakfast, I'm going to have Trayvon ask his father-in-law, basically future father-in-law, for his blessing to marry his daughter. And hopefully it goes pretty well. So we're having Trayvon basically tell his future father-in-law how grateful he is to be around them and how they have been an impact on his life, and how the military has changed him and made him feel like, a better man than what he was before he left in there. So I'm just happy that they're having like a little bonding time. The mom like giving her daughter a little bit of advice, asking her how she feels because she knows something is off about her. And how grateful she is for them to be having another Thanksgiving all together. And, I'm going to have her basically try to like lean up to saying that she feels like she might be possibly pregnant again, but I don't know, because I know we don't really have an interaction unless you do take a pregnancy test, and we wasn't going to do it yet until Trayvon basically leaves, but I don't think it's going to let us do it that much. I don't think it's going to let us do it yet because we probably did it too early, a day early. I think we should have waited to the day to do it, and then that way we could have just found out the day that he left military base if she was pregnant or not. But it's all good because either way, it's still gonna be a surprise to us anyway. Because we was not expecting her to actually have a baby yet. We were actually thinking that we just woohooed, but for some reason it was try for a baby. So right now she's having a deep conversation with her parents who are giving her advice about her future plans. What does she want to do if her and Trayvon's gonna officially get married in the future? What does she see her education as? What job is she gonna try to get and stuff? Considering that Trayvon said that they're gonna move in soon to a bigger house, they just want to know like, so it won't be all on just him. Like, what is she gonna do? Because now that Trayvon has his high school diploma that he got online, we're gonna probably have her do the same thing in the next episode and go to college as well, so she can at least be able to go for whatever she decides to do. Because I don't really know what we want her to do yet, but they're just telling each other how grateful they are, giving thanks to each other, being a part of each other's lives, how thankful she is for her parents, you know, being there and giving her grace, despite of the beginning relationship where they, you know, were disappointed at her for being pregnant in high school. But now that they all rekindled the relationship, it's not as bad. But I am gonna have her have a deep personal conversation, which I'm gonna make it seem like, she's basically telling them that it's possible they're gonna be a grandparent again with a second baby. Which is probably gonna be a little bit nerve wracking because the father's gonna be gone for 6 months, which means she's gonna be on her own taking care of 2 kids with her parents. But the thing is, when her parents is at work, she's gonna be by herself there. So that's gonna be a bit of a challenge. But we are going to age up Isaiah in the next episode because I feel like he's been a infant long enough. He should be a toddler in this episode since he's been basically the same age since season 1 of all episodes. So since we're in season 2, episode 1, I will age him in episode 2. Because it makes sense. And that way when the other baby comes, that will be a newborn. So yeah, that's what pretty much our plan is. We're gonna have a toddler and a newborn that we're gonna have to deal with. And you already know that's gonna be a challenge for her because of the crying. But now that they're finished talking and stuff, and while she's cleaning some of the table, I think I'm gonna have them watch a movie or just sit down and kind of vibe while the movie is on. I'm definitely gonna have Trayvon and Bree, sit down and talk before Thanksgiving dinner later on tonight. So they can kind of like, you know, get the visual idea, the mental picture of what's going on. She's basically letting him know that it's the possibilities of her being pregnant. And he's like, you know, a little bit nervous, but a little bit happy because he was like thinking we, you know, are getting a bigger house in the future. So, it shouldn't be too bad for us. Plus, he's like, you can always call me and stuff if you know, getting too tired and stuff like that, where I could talk to my boss about coming on the weekend and kind of helping around and stuff and then going back on the flight because it only takes a few hours. But we will have to see how that works out. So they're just like having a little more conversation. And he's like grateful for their son. So he feels like whatever happens, happens because, you know, they didn't have challenges. Being a teenager, having a baby, and living in a income-based apartment. So now they done moved up and then in a bigger house. So he's like, we're going to be in an even bigger house. So I feel like he thinks they can make it through the challenges of having a second baby. Because of him, he feels like we didn't went through it all. So they're just comforting each other. She feels a little bit better from, you know, talking and venting to him and him seeming like he's very happy about it and supportive of whatever decision that they both make together. That puts a little bit of ease on her shoulders to know that she has someone that is very supportive of her. So yeah, that's pretty much what they're doing. Just kind of like, you know, being intimate with each other, talking and you could tell how much they really love each other, how they can't stop looking at each other, smiling. But I really love their relationship. I love their bonding. Um, I'm gonna have her give him a massage, a little shoulder massage, because I feel like, he's a little tense going back into the service tomorrow. Going back to base tomorrow, he feels kind of nervous because he wanted to stay a little longer, but of course, it was 2 days. And then you have the grandma, which is so cute because she's giving her grandson Isaiah a nap. And he looks very exhausted out, like her lap is very comfortable. So I'm glad that she's having a little um grandparent time. We're gonna take a little picture for memories because I think that is so adorable. Um, her carrying her grandson while she's on her phone. I thought that was very beautiful. And then look at the portrait in the back, you guys. That is so cute. You could tell he's in the military. But besides from that, yeah, she's gonna do that, put him down. And the dad, of course, just finished setting up the table for Thanksgiving dinner. So, she is first feeding the child while everybody's at the table getting ready to eat. She's feeding her grandson, and then she's gonna put him back on the mat and let him lay down so she can go eat herself, because she is definitely hungry. But I could tell that she really loves her grandson. You could tell, just how she holds him, coddle him and everything. But that's what grandparents do, so it's expected. But she's gonna go ahead and put him down. And right now they're enjoying their dishes. Everybody has their own dish. As you can see, the dad and Bree has mac and cheese. Her mom has the beef Wellington, and then the forager stew is what Trayvon has. So everyone has their own dish. I didn't want everybody to eat the exact same because I felt like in realistic aspect, everybody would have had probably their own option and choices instead of eating all the same plate. But the mac and cheese looks really good. The beef Wellington looks good. The forager soup looks very warming. So I know that it looks good. I know they're gonna probably not eat the blueberry pie. I was gonna have them do that, but Trayvon has to get on a plane tomorrow, so it is getting a little late. And Bree is gonna go ahead and give Isaiah a bath so he can go to sleep, and we can all get up in the morning and say our goodbyes to Trayvon before he heads off to his flight. But she's having a little mom and son time bonding as she's like scrubbing his body, his little behind his ears and all that stuff. It's really cute. And I like how they be having them just sit there in their little bathtub thing seat and then just splashing away. But now that he is done, we're gonna go ahead and put him in the crib because Mama is definitely tired too. I think everybody is sleepy and it's the long day. So she's gonna go ahead and put him in the crib, put him to sleep. I don't know if we're gonna tell a bedtime story or just soothe him to sleep. But she's just gonna put him in the crib. Yeah, she's gonna tell him a bedtime story so he can go to sleep faster. Because I find it that infants actually do sleep a lot faster when you tell them a bedtime story rather than just soothe them, because then they start crying. So I think that's perfect for him. And once she finished giving him a bedtime story, then we're gonna have her go to sleep as well. Look at her. She just looks like she's having a wonderful time telling her son a story. But it's time for her to go to bed. As you can see, Trayvon already beat her to sleep because he is very exhausted. He got to get up early in the morning, so it made sense for him to be the first one to sleep. But she's next beside him, and hopefully they stay asleep all morning. Because he has to get up about 4 in the morning. So I think when they get up, we're gonna do a little minor morning routines and leave it at that before they lose. But yeah, Right now, that's what they're doing. They're just sleeping. They look like they're all having a good time. They had a good time. Oh, she found out she's pregnant. Okay, so she's about to wake. She just woke up, Trayvon, and she's telling him the news about her finding out she's pregnant. He looks like he's like very shocked, but very happy at the same time. Like, oh, like, but you can see he's a little bit nervous, but he's also happy at the same time. And I'm glad because we could have had a result that he could have been like upset or like shaking his head. Like, no, we can't afford that right now. But he looks like he's very supportive. He's talking about money, financial issues, what they can do to kind of help with the newborn coming in. So he's like, saying, we got to find some ideas, maybe. And she was like, I've been thinking about that. I think I'm going to go on the computer while you're gone and I'm going to look up some jobs. And he said, good idea. Like, you can find any job that you want, something that work from home. And she said, yeah, I thought about being a freelance photographer or something. I could take pictures of clients. I can, give them makeovers. I think that would be perfect. So she's like, talking to him and stuff before they go right back to sleep. But I'm having to go to sleep because, we can't stay up all morning. It's time for him to pretty much hit the hay and get up for his flight in the morning, you guys. Because we don't want to miss it. Like, he would definitely get in trouble and probably get sent back home and discharged if he don't show up. And that's offense. So we're not doing that. We can't afford to have something else happen to him. Especially when he's doing good right now. But I think now that they are sleeping, it should be time for us to go ahead and wake Trayvon. Especially since he has to be there at the airport very early in the morning. Trayvon is currently getting ready to leave. His commander officer just messaged him, letting him know that the flight is on its way. So he's saying his goodbyes to his future wife, which I'm happy about because I can't wait to basically get ready and have them get married. Engaged soon and get married. Cause it's going to be very beautiful the way that he proposed, but he's, said his goodbyes, letting them know that everything is going to be all right, giving her a little relief shoulder massage, letting her know not to be too intense because she just found out she's pregnant and he doesn't want her to lose the baby from too much stress. So they're basically, catering to each other, letting each other know that it's going to be okay and that she hopes that he has a wonderful flight and that she packed the lunch for him to eat on the plane. So he's grateful for her and she's grateful for him. But he's going to go ahead and go to work. And guys, I'm about to go ahead and show the album I put together for how their day is before I end the video.
Mama, mama, can't you see what the army's done to me? What the army's done to me? Mama, mama, can't you see? Mama, mama, can't you see what the army's done to me? What the army's done to me? Put me on a silver jet. Put me on a silver jet. And that's a ride I won't forget. That's a ride I won't forget. Put me on a silver.
Alright guys, thank you for staying tuned to the video. That was a little small memory that you've seen of what they did in a day before he had to leave. Thank you for staying tuned to the video. I hope that you like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell button, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.